Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and welcome to our lesson about reading comprehension and how to deal with reading comprehension questions. We start with a fact. This fact is very important. The fact says that students gain a deeper understanding of a text, any given text, when they make authentic connections. Students gain a deeper understanding of any text when they make authentic connections to the text. Those authentic connections are divided into three categories or three levels. A, you should have a strong connection between the text in hand and yourself. So when you read the text, you ask yourself questions like, what is the relationship between this text and myself? What happens to me? B, there should be a relationship between the text and other texts that you have read. C, there should be a connection between the text in hand and the world around you. And this gives you a deeper understanding of the text in hand. Now we move to the second point, which is how to deal with the reading comprehension, how to read the passage and how to start answering the questions on the passage. You have to take a very good look at the title, because the title gives you a very clear and a very good idea about what the passage is about. Pictures and words that are written in different formatting, like bold or italics, should be given due care, because these will be like clues to answer questions. For example, here we have two words in bold: extinct, which means no longer existing, and we have the word habitat, and it is defined here as a place in nature where an animal or a plant lives. And you have to know how many paragraphs are there in the reading comprehension, because in many times you will be asked a certain question about the first paragraph or the second paragraph or the third paragraph, etc. In this case we have 3 paragraphs here. A very important question is about the main idea of the passage, and in order to discover the main idea of any passage, you have to master the skill of skimming. And skimming is to read quickly to understand the gist or the main idea of the passage. The best way to answer reading comprehension questions is to exclude wrong answers. In our case, if you read the 4 answers to the first question, you will notice that D, for example, scientists are trying to learn about what the monk seal eats. No, that's not a fact. That's wrong. So you can exclude D. If you read C as well, scientists are urging people to be more aware of the pollution they create. That's wrong as well. If you also read B, scientists are trying to end pollution in the waters around Hawaii, which is also wrong. And this leaves us one answer. Scientists are trying to find out what is causing the drop in the monk seal population. The second question is very important, which is not a detail from this passage. All the facts that were mentioned in the passage, okay, are not meant here. The meaning is you should be able to distinguish between what is mentioned and what is not mentioned in the passage. If we read 1,200 monk seals live near Hawaii, it's given in the passage. So this is a detail from the passage. And the question is about a detail which is not in this passage. If you do the same to B and D, they are wrong, which leaves us C as the right answer. Monk seals eat fish and octopus. And of course here we excluded A, B, and D because they are mentioned. They are details that are mentioned in this passage. Now we move on to the third question. Jim Palmer said, "The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking." What does that mean? That's an idiom. The clock is ticking. What does it mean? Palmer is timing how long it takes for a habitat to become polluted? I don't think so. Palmer is timing how long it takes for a monk seal to catch its food? This was not mentioned in the passage as well. Palmer thinks that the monk seal is waiting for a good time to change their habitats? No. Palmer is worried that we are running out of time to save the monk seal, and that's the right answer. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.